Good day and welcome to the Sport Rep Show. I am Jesse Jackson Kauraitha and I will be your host for today. And now for your latest on the hit list. The opening ceremony of the Westphalia introductory coaching course in collaboration with the German regional football authorities was held yesterday at the Namibia Football Association House. Westphalia instructor Carsten Busch is currently in Namibia to present coaching course for 40 registered Namibian participants until Friday 29 March. Deputy Minister of Sports Emma Kantema Kwamas posted a photo with the course attendees yesterday. AC Boxing Promotion has announced the first international boxing fight of their lightweight boxer Hafeni Ngeshea. According to his BoxRec page, Ngeshea turned professional in May 2021 and currently has an unbeaten record of 6 wins, of which 3 were attained by knockout. The 26-year-old Namibian will step into the ring against Nguyen Van Huyl, a 35-year-old veteran from Vietnam, pro record 6 wins, 3 knockouts, 1 loss on points, who has the nickname the Hanoi Hitman. Their fight is scheduled for 6 rounds on Saturday, 30 March at Maun in Botswana. Frank Snyman, 60 years old of Windhoek, achieved an emotional lifetime goal and the absolute highlight of my cycling career, he said, when he finished in the podium on which of the 8 days of the gruelling Absa Cape Epic mountain bike tour. Both him and his Swedish teammate Atle Hansson, a late replacement shortly before the 8-day stage race, had to fight with everything they had during the last days, as health issues to both threatened to end their experience despite the desired results being so close within reach. The pair finished stages 1 up to 6 in second position in the Great Grandmasters men's category general classification and had to bravely hang on for the overall third place podium finish. We will now go for a short break before we take on your take. Stay tuned. Apologies there, we seem to be in a hurry with your take, but first let us hear from the Grand Epic Masters that competed in the competition. 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Johnson, welcome Snyman, as we got the British and South African combination of Greg Henry and Mark Oliver, and then a plethora of individual riders. Dean Barnard, Ivan.
Sehr gut. Und jetzt geht's los, Bertie. Jetzt geht's los. Champagne celebrations, come on! Clapping Leroy, félicitations, congratulations, gratis. Well done everybody. And those are the great Grandmasters men.
And now officially on your take. In the Namibia Rugby Union Premier League, FNB Rio Falcon has been one of the surprise packages in the first 2 rounds of matches so far. Rio Falcon came close to beating FNB Kudus at Walvis Bay on the first weekend before they won their home match against FNB Western Suburbs by 4 points, which was 21-17 last Saturday. In this summary contributed by Andrew Pullman and Boot Matthews, we'll first hear the post-match comments of Rio Falcon coach Frank Isaacs.
Ja, soos ek nou vir jou ons in die kleedkamer gesê het, as jy goeie rugby begin speel, moet jy volhou met dit. Jy moet nie laat dit kop toe gaan nie en die ander span onderskat nie. Vandag is dit duidelik geweest, die onderskatting en omdat die mannetjies van die gameplan afgegaan het en elkeen wil sy eie ding doen, het amper vir ons gekniehalter vandag. Want in die laaste oomblikke moes ons net op verdediging wees. Dan ook by sê ja, die weer het soms ook nie lekker saamgespeel nie, want klomp jong mannetjies ook. En hulle is ook nie gewoond om onder sulke weersomstandighede te speel nie. So ja, jy is 100% om te sê dat ons het amper de slip-up gehad, maar gelukkig het ons dit deurgetrek. Dis eintlik vir my goed dat ons vandag so 'n wedstryd gehad het, wat ons amper deur die vingers geslip het. En ons kan dit net gebruik om hierdie spelers aan te spoor en om te verhoed dat so iets weer gebeur. Verlede naweek se wedstryd in Walvis Bay, ja, tough luck. Die ouens se performance was werklik baie goed geweest. Op 'n ander level gespeel as wat hulle vandag gespeel het, veral na die eerste 20 minute so. Hopelijk sal ons voorkant toe volle 40-80 minute kan speel.
Wat het in die eerste helfte 'n bietjie skeef geloop en ek verstaan julle het baie jong manne en 'n paar groot spelers verloor ook by ander spanne.
Ja, goed. Is die verskoning, mens met coach wat jy het. Ek dink ons het die game verloor in die eerste 20 minute, om eerlik te wees. Van 18-0 af terug te fight in 'n span wat so vlugvoetig is soos Falcon is baie moeilik, want enige geleentheid wat 'n mens vir hulle gee, moet jy hard defend en dit het ons 'n bietjie gekos vandag na eerste helfte.
Okay, met die klomp jong manne wat hier is en die paar ouens wat julle verloor het, lê daar seker vir julle harde seisoen voor om.
Almal sê dis 'n harde seisoen, maar dit is 'n Premier League seisoen, so as jy dit vat soos dit kom, jy moet voorberei in jou beste vermoë. So almal sê dit gaan 'n harde seisoen vir Sabres wees, maar sal ons bes gee. Dis maar af wat jy kan doen, ja. En sometimes die bounce van die bal is lucky jou kant toe dan. Kyk ons maar. So dis 'n lang seisoen, so ons kyk maar.
Just after your first home match, yeah, at Wanderers, beating Kudus. So today, so first of all, are you okay? In the second half, late in the second half, you had a fall taken out at a kickoff. That brought the yellow card for Kudus. fell on a hard fall for you. Are you okay?
Yeah, I mean, it's a scary moment, especially when you just focus on the ball and all of a sudden you're upside down. But I'm alright. Luckily, I was kept safe, so I'm alright. Thanks.
So what are your thoughts on today's match against Kudus?
I mean, Kudus is a very quality side, so they brought everything today. But I need to be proud of our team. We really did well. I think in hairy times we stood together, we fought together, and I think the scoreboard shows that. We had 2 tough games to start the season off. I mean, UNAM, Kudus is 2 quality sides, and the boys to show that type of fight, even late in the 80th minute. I mean, I can't just be proud, that's all.
Okay, so the national player is not currently in camp or so playing club rugby, so do you feel that lifts the level of the local club game?
It definitely lifts the level of the local clubs. Club players obviously takes that step and that initiative to lift the boys around them, and I think that's important for club players here in Namibia. So I think that's very important right now for all the clubs having their national teams players play.
Okay, so Andre van der Berg also back, yeah, your big pal. His first match for Wanderers this season. Do you feel he made a difference today?
Definitely, me on 9, him on 10, that just gives you a bit of control over the backs and the forwards. Playing together, it's a lot of fun. We really understand each other, so that makes it even easier for us. Having him back is really a benefit for us. I mean, he's got a good kicking fit, and that showed again today.
Okay, so how do you see your next matches going from Wanderers' side?
I hope to win all of them. I hope to win all of them comfortably. I hope to show that we're not here to take part, we're here to dominate. It's a strong statement, but I hope we and the boys can back that up.
So with us, Kudus captain Cameron Langenhoven. So a tough match here at Wanderers for you guys from Walvis Bay. Take us through some of your thoughts.
Yeah, today was a tough one for us. We couldn't quite pull through at the end. It was a beautiful day for rugby. We enjoyed it. Comments on the game is we're not where we want to be, but this year we're focusing on peaking at the right time. So yes, back to the drawing board on Monday. Next week off on Easter. The week after we play United, so we have to fix a few things. We'll be at home for the next game. So yes, I want to say thank you for the fans coming out, enjoying some good sunshine and rugby with us. It was a good day.
So any specific aspects that you think cost you today?
What I can say is some one-on-one defense, and then we conceded a few simple tries. I think about 2 or 3 simple tries in the first half, and it was very difficult to fight out of that hole. We did a good job, but we just couldn't pull through at the end.
Okay, so any aspects that you thought went well in your team?
One thing we worked on is the driving maul. I think we scored 3 or 4 tries from the driving maul today. So physically we were dominating, especially with the forwards. And then good fighting spirit up until the end. That's something that we know is our strong point. We usually start playing good rugby after 60 minutes, so that came through again today. So hopefully we can take that momentum into our next game.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you.
Also on your take, we hear from Deputy Minister of Sports, Emakate Magamas, who was speaking at yesterday's opening ceremony of the coaching course introduced by the NFA, as well as the instructor all the way from Germany.
We are a youth team that I mentioned will travel on a biannual basis from in Namibia, and then we reciprocate to Westphalia. The main focal point of this program is to expose young Namibian boys back then, but now we've added girls. And I'm pleased to note that even around the table, I'm informed that the gender representation is 50-50. To early football developments in order for us to nurture the talent. As a ministry, we really take talent identification and talent nurturing as one of a stepping stone for us to be able to have elite athletes and to have football or national teams that are able to represent the country. And this agreement is one that is really assisting us to achieve that objective. As we reflect again on some of the achievements that this agreement has yielded to fruition, you look at the names that have been developed through this. I'm informed of Colin Benjamin sitting right in our midst. Players or athletes, coaches like Ricardo Manetti have gone through this. And Razundara Chikuze as well. Philemon Canaleno, Jackie Hinjo, you mentioned them. These are the kind of agreements that we want to see, that we value as a ministry. I'm informed that during the course of time, the agreement was amended. Initially, when it started, it was not including initiatives like twinning agreements with schools. And as we speak now, we have around 11 schools that have benefited across the breadth and length of Namibia from this twinning agreement. And the aim of the agreement to twin the schools is really for us to use the sport to transcend academic boundaries, since we know that sport is an integral part of the co-curricular activities in school. I'm very pleased to see that we are having this capacity building workshop. Why? Because when you look at the policy that we have recently developed, we have what we call the IPES. I'm talking to the teachers. I hope you know what IPES is, right? The Integrated Physical Education and School Sport. We launched the IPES, and as a result, Cabinet has approved the Physical Education and School Sport policy. So this is one of those deliverables that we have in the policy. The policy amongst very key, I think there are around 8. You know, now you can see I spent time studying that policy. One of them is capacity building and training of teachers. Because school sport happens in the school environment. That's why that IPES and the physical education school sport culminated from our agreement that we have with the Ministry of Basic Education, Arts and Culture and our ministry. So as a result, we are really happy to see that this policy is being implemented. So it's policy in action that we are witnessing today. Coming back to what we also introduced recently, the football in school. It will also help us to strengthen coaching, especially across the region, the different regions. We don't want training to happen only in the cities, but we want it across the country. Because when we look at a national football team, for the brave warriors, for the brave gladiators, we want it to reflect that Namibian house that we see. How are we going to achieve this? Only if we have the coaches, the trainers, who are well capacitated to go and execute. You can have the talent, but you still need that nurturing. And really, from the bottom of my heart, I agree with Mr. Hamata, who said that we have sacrificed your time. We know that it's midterm break, but we're here. Why? For that Namibian child. And I'm so curious to see how you are going to implement it going back. Don't just go keep the information to yourself, but yeah, we'll be making rounds in the regions to see how you are plowing back this information in the schools. With the advent of modern trends and of the advancement of women football, the agreement was then again amended, as I indicated. It included in 2015, where it included now the women. Now the program duration in 2019, as I indicated, we started drafting it in 2018 and came into force in 2019. This MOU was extended for the further period of 5 years until April 2024, that's next month. Although the MOU was affected, we know what happened during 2020 up to 2022, during the COVID times. Our activities resumed now last year in 2023 with the visit of the national team in Westphalia last year. It's therefore that we again extended this progressive MOU with our German counterpart for this year. The activities for 2024, I'm informed, is lined up as follows. I read already that the team visited Swapo. even though they beat our team that side. They visited Swapo, and they will also be joining our newspaper cup in Maheke. I remember the one I went to was in Hardap. That was what, 2019.
So first of all, I would like to thank the NFA to be a part of this course. It is a pleasure and an honor to share my knowledge with all these new colleagues. I hope I will learn a lot from them too. The importance is that we try to show the basics of football, the most important things of football. Maybe it's about coordination, it's about techniques, it's about individual tactics. I'm sorry. That's all about, and that's the same I would do in Germany too when I have a coaching course.
All right. So far, what have you made of the reception here in Namibia?
It's too loud, I'm sorry.
The reception here in Namibia, how do you feel about it being here? Is it the first time?
No, it's my second time. I've been here 10 years ago now, and it's really an adventure for me because it's a new culture. It's totally different people, and I love it. I enjoy it very much because everybody is so helpful and friendly, and they are laughing a lot of times, and I love it.
Thank you so much.
It's a good place to be.
Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your coaching course.
Thanks for your patience and your time.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with tennis news first. It's a Miami Open that continues. The best players in the world, men's and women tennis players, in action in Miami. This is week 2. The finals will be played over the weekend. Not a good start for the week for the women's draw. That is for the top seeds. Already the number 2 seed, Aryna Sabalenka, out earlier, but now also number 1 seed, Iga Swiatek. She's out of the tournament. She lost to Ekaterina Alexandrova. She's the 14th seed, and it is Alexandrova that won 6-4 and 6-2. Also number 3 seed, Coco Gauff of the USA, also out of the tournament. She lost to Caroline Garcia of France, and the score there was 6-3, 1-6 and 6-2. So the number 1, 2 and 3 seeds in the women's division out of the tournament. Better news for Diane Collins. She's unseeded from the USA. She beat Sorena Cristia 6-3, 6-2 to be through to the round of 8, and also Victoria Azarenka also through to the quarterfinals. In the men's side of the draw, it is still the number 1, 2 and 3 seeds that is still in the tournament. They will play in the round of 16. That is Carlos Alcaraz, also Yannick Sinner and Daniel Medvedev. It is also the number 4 and 8 seeds that's through to the next round. Number 4 seed, Alexander Zverev. He beat Chris Eubanks of the US by 7-6 and 6-3. He's through to the round of 16. And then Hubert Hurkacz of Poland, the tough game he had against Sebastian Korda of the USA. He beat him in 3 sets also to advance. And moving on to cricket news, it's the Indian Premier League that started, the IPL. It is, most teams have only played one game, but it was the Royal Challengers Bangalore. They played their second game and they won that against the Punjab Kings by 4 wickets. And that was after they lost the opening game of the tournament against the Rajasthan Royals. It is the Royal Challengers Bangalore that do have a very strong batting lineup, and they're one of the favourites. They have Virat Kohli, the Indian captain, also Faf du Plessis of South Africa, and Glenn Maxwell of Australia. So all 3 of those batsmen playing for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. It was Virat Kohli that made runs for the Royal Challengers Bangalore against the Punjab Kings. It was the Punjab Kings that scored 176 for 6 in their 20 overs. And then it was the Royal Challengers Bangalore with 178 for 6. It was Virat Kohli that scored 77 runs off just 49 deliveries. As far as the bowlers, it was for the Punjab Kings, it was South African Kagiso Rabada that had a good day, but still in a losing team. But he bowled 4 overs, he got 2 wickets for 23 runs. And to conclude today's international sports news, it is rugby news. It's the Women's Six Nations tournament that started the past weekend. It was England, France and Scotland with victories in week 1. England beating Italy comfortably by 48 points to 0. Then France, they had a win against Ireland at home, and then Scotland a good away win for them against Wales. This coming weekend, the tournament continues, and it is two of the unbeaten teams. It's Scotland that will host France in the first game on Saturday. The second game on Saturday will see England that host Wales, and then on Sunday it will be Ireland that host Italy. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.